up, K-Divas, and welcome back to the channel. My name is Priscilla. If this is your first time seeing me, hi. This is going to be a video where I share an updated list of my sewing/fashion books. I'm going to link the previous one I did here. So these books I haven't shared on YouTube, and these are books that I got in the last, I'll say, 6 months. So I'm going to share the books, what they're about, the authors, and I'm going to leave links down below if you want to grab any of these for yourself. With that out of the way, let's jump straight into the video. So I have 4 books here, and 3 of them are more sewing books, and one of them is more like fashion business, fashion branding, and I'm just going to get straight into it. The first book I'm going to show you guys today is The Perfect Photo Guide to Perfect Fitting. I got this book because last year I was really on a mission to up my game when it comes to how garments that I have made fit on the body. I don't just make clothes for myself, I make for clients. I have a ready to wear brand, which if you don't know about, I'm going to leave down below. Check it out, shop.kimdave.com. And I just wanted to understand how to shape different parts of the body to fit different body types, and this book is perfect for that. I would say it's more working on existing patterns and existing garments. That's kind of like how I've come to understand the book, and why I use books is very different. I would reach for a book when I have a problem, so I don't read the book beginning to end. That's why I have like post-it notes, so I'll go through like the beginning where they show you all the chapters in the book, and then I'll go in and actually find the specific chapter that I'm interested in. That's how I use books. Some people like to read the book beginning to end, but when it comes to sewing books, that's how I use it. So this one came in really handy when I wanted to figure out how to fix common sleeve fit issues. So you know the problem of when you lift your hand and then the sleeve is too tight, when you have excess ease on top, or it's too tight around the arm. I wanted to figure out how to actually fix that, and this book, it was the solution. I literally spent a whole day last year. I just studied that, practiced it, and then I made a video for you guys as well, which if you haven't seen already, go check that out. So this I recommend if you really want to perfect the fit of garments on yourself or on clients, or if you're someone who is into alterations. I say this is a really good one. It's by Sarah Veblen, and it has over 650 like large photo pictures. So it's one of those type of books that they really show you images of how things are before and after, so you get like a visual idea of the entire process. I'm going to link this down below if you want to grab one of these for yourself. I highly recommend. I'll give this a solid 8/10 because it's been a good investment so far, and I know this is something I will keep going back to even in the future. The second book on my list today is How to Make Sewing Patterns, the second edition by Don McCune. This book I've been going back and forth on if I wanted to buy, because it says how to make sewing patterns. So I thought it would be super beginner, but what I love about this book is it tells you how to make the patterns, and it tells you how to adapt the patterns for different designs. So how to make a sleeve, and then how to make different types of sleeves, how to make pants, bodice, skirts, and then how to make different variations of those patterns. So that's what I love about this book. It also has both men and women's, whereas the first one that I showed you was focused mostly on women's wear. This one actually has both men and women's wear design, which I think is great. So if you're someone who does both, you know this book would cover it for you. You can tell I already love this book generously, because whenever I have post-its like this inside a book, you know I have used it a few times, and it's one of those books that is great to understand measurements, why they are important, and where you can see them translated on sewing patterns. So this is a great beginner book to have if you're someone who hasn't made patterns before. I say start from the beginning and actually read it through, whereas I just go in and find what I'm looking for, because I have a rough idea of how patterns are made and like the different terminologies. But this book covers all of that, how to take the measurements, how to use the measurements to create the actual patterns, how to make variations of the patterns, like different type of collars, pockets, pants, skirts. They have some type of bodices in here, and I'm just like, I think I'm actually go and try this later on when I have time. And they have like diagrams in here. I'll say it's not like full color like the first book. Their diagrams are more like black and white, so like photo illustrations like these, but diagrams and illustrations always come in very, very handy, especially if you're someone who is a visual learner. It just helps you to understand things a lot quicker rather than just full text beginning to end. This I grabbed on Amazon. I'm going to link it down below as well. So if you want to get this for yourself or for a friend, I will rate this a solid 9 over 10. Love it so far. Number 3 on my list today is You Will Be Able to Sew Your Own Clothes by the End of This Book by Juliet Uzo. Juliet Uzo was the winner of Sewing Bee, I believe it was 2019. She's Nigerian, so I always love to support Black women, Nigerian women in whatever they're doing. So she launched this book, I think it was either last year or the year before, and I knew I wanted to get a copy straight away. This is a perfect beginner friendly book. Like, if you did not ever go to fashion school, you will understand how to use this book, because she really started from very simple definitions, measurements you need to take. There's even a size chart that goes from UK size 6 to 28 at the beginning of the book, which is something that will come in really handy. So I think the size chart was around like the waist, the bust, the waist, and the hip of the different sizes. So if you don't even know what your size is, go there and check that size chart and you might be able to figure that out. Also included are 8 different projects of like clothing and accessories in this book, and at the end there is a full size pattern for, I believe it's the June top and the Jola skirt. There are 2 projects like sewing patterns here that you can easily trace off and follow the instructions inside the book to make. So this is a book that I would say if you need inspiration of projects to make and you're more on the beginner side, I would recommend this. And it's not just basic stuff, like there's a top, there's a skirt, there are dresses in there, there's a hairband, bag, like different types of projects that are more on the beginner side. I would definitely say this book does that really, really well. Supports a Nigerian sister, of course. She's doing amazing work. The dress that is even on the cover, I think this is such a cute design. Like that crisscross situation on the back of the bodice, A-line midi skirt. This would be really cool for like a summer wedding guest outfit. I can already imagine this in like a beautiful printed fabric and even go maxi all the way to the floor. I'm already having ideas, you see. I already have my post-it note in there because I know this is something that I would reach for if I just need inspo of projects that I want to try out, and it has the step-by-step instructions of how to make the different items that she has shared in this book. The final book on my list today is Creating a Brand Identity, a guide for designers by Catherine Slade Brooking. I am someone who has been on YouTube for, I'll say, going to 8 years now, and carving out a niche and an identity for yourself can be challenging because it is very tempting to just copy and paste what works, but how long will you be able to sustain that? Because it's not really true to you. It's not something that was original and authentic from you. So you might be able to get views, get followers, but it's not something you can sustain for an extended period of time. So having a brand identity is something that is really important for me personally. I think I'm on my way there. I think I haven't quite nailed it on the head. I think I have an idea of what I want Kim Dave to represent, like from this point going forward, and this book has really helped me do that. So it guides you from the different aspects of a brand identity. It's not just logos and fonts and colors. You want to be able to convey the same value today, in 5 years and in 10 years. That kind of solid branding that brands like Coca-Cola and Apple and Nike, like when you just call their name, you instantly would think of the quality of the product that you get from them or the experience that their service would like give you. So I'm on a mission to do that for myself, and I got this book. I've already used a few pages. I'm kind of reading it from beginning to end because it's different from a sewing book. So as I'm reading it, I'm actually taking down notes. I'm applying some of them straight away. One of the ones that I found really, really helpful was when she covered the importance of doing customer research, because when you know who you're targeting, it guides you in terms of the kind of experience you want to give to that client. Like if you know your client is, they like the finer things of life, they like things to be polished, to be clean, refined, you know that's going to guide you when you're putting together your marketing strategy, when you're deciding on the kind of models you want to work with. That is really important. That's something they cover really here. They also cover brand strategy. Like branding and fashion business is something that I didn't really learn in fashion school, so I'm having to learn on my own. And if you're an independent designer, you understand the struggle. So we kind of learn on the job, we figure it out. That's why I said it's a journey, and I don't think I'm quite there yet. I'm figuring out what works for me, what's true to me, what I want Kim Dave to represent in 5 and in 10 and in 20 and in 50, however many years that the business is going to exist. I'm kind of on a mission to do that better this year. And I hope this book would help me achieve that. So far, so good. I would give this a solid 8 over 10 because I haven't finished it, so I can't give it like an overall rating yet. But so far, I've actually found a lot of useful, like when I say useful, that I can apply straight away into my business and I kind of see it work and it makes sense for me. I would highly recommend this book. As I mentioned earlier, and I'm going to leave all of the books linked down below, so please check the video description if you want to grab a particular book. I got all of these from Amazon, but it's worth checking your local bookshop, a local library in your country or in your area to see if they carry any of these books, and then you could buy it from your country if you don't have access to Amazon where you live. That's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this. If you would like me to make another video where I talk through a specific book that I've shared today, do leave a comment down below. I also would still be getting more books in the future, especially when it comes to like fashion business and sewing, and just like books that would help to inspire my mind and fine-tune my thinking in a way that helps me produce better work from this year or this very moment moving on. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. Which of these books would you like to grab or try out for yourself? Leave any other suggestions in the comment section down below, and I would love to know what your plans are for this year. I know for myself, I just want to be, I want to say it's my year of saying yeses to projects, opportunities, and garments that scare me, because whenever something scares me too much, I'll just like put it to the back burner. But I want to say it's my year of saying yeses to challenging projects, challenging garments, and to change in general. Yeah, I think that's my motto for 2024. But I hope you guys enjoyed watching the video. Let me know your thoughts down below, and until next time, have a good morning, afternoon, and evening wherever you are. Bye.